Hello，大家好，我是曾雷，很高兴和大家又见面了。很长时间没有做电影。
This Asian woman is back, and today she's giving us the good stuff. She's making la rou. What does that mean? It's Chinese dried smoked meat. It's the stuff that you see hanging up next to a Chinese person's underpants on the clothesline and hanging out the windows and stuff, hanging up in doctor's surgery, etc. Get yourself a whole bunch of meat, pork preferably, and just smash it with salt. In China, it's a lot of country people that do this, so they'll often do like a whole pig. We're doing a very scaled down, small version. Just put heaps and heaps of salt in. She actually puts more salt in than we've filmed. The salt is to help preserve it and also to help dry it out. It's a very salty meat. More and more and more. More salt. She puts it down, but you know, she can't resist. This is soy sauce. This is optional. She said the Australian air doesn't make the meat black enough. The Chinese air does, so this is just for color. Yeah, I guess it's got salt in it as well. Alright, give that a good massage. Massage your meat tenderly, lovingly. You were going to do that anyway, right? Okay. This meat is generally made in winter. In fact, you have to make it in winter. You can't make it any other time. And you can only really make it in a cold environment. We live on the Gold Coast, Australia, and it is not the right environment to make this. We're lucky we didn't die after eating it. We didn't die, so that's, you know, that's good. But you have to live in a cold environment. This is some pork belly. There's different cuts of meat in there. Pork belly is the best meat, besides ribs. Or maybe they're better than ribs. Alright, so now that you've massaged that well, you can see the salt enhance. See that? That's salt. Some of it's sand. It's not sand. Cover that up and put it in the fridge. If you live in a cold environment, you can just leave it on the bench or whatever. But it has to be kept cold. In her Chinese version, she says she leaves it for 12 hours. She actually leaves it for about 24 hours, okay? Just to let the salt sink in and some water seep out. Put it in the fridge. Put it in the fridge. Put it in the fridge. Okay, now let's eat. Da-da-da-da. You don't have to dress up as Morticia Addams to do this next part, but it might help. We're going to hang the meat out. Hang it out wherever you like. It needs to be in a cool, airy spot. We're using this clothesline. Have a look at all this liquid. That's come out of the meat thanks to the salt. Salt helps dry things out. So here's some nooses she's prepared earlier. Always has a few on hand just in case. And just hang it up. People often pierce the meat and sort of put the rope in that way. That's fine. Whatever. This is natural cotton. I think that helps to draw away the moisture. I don't know. Okay, so hang it up on your little clothesline. You'll often see Chinese apartments where people have just like dangled them out the window. I went to a doctor once and I really hated that doctor because I think she hated me. Anyway, there was always meat hanging up in the waiting room, and like this stuff, because it's got the fat, it sometimes drips fat, and you know, it was gross. This other time we went to that same doctor and this Asian woman almost hit a syringe that was just sitting on the table, like used, and I'm like, well, that's dangerous, look out for that. And the doctor's like, what's so dangerous about it? And I'm like, anyway. Don't worry, the baby will clean that up. This morbid scene contains nothing but untranslatable gibberish, so let's go to the next part. Okay, this is a few days later. As you can see, she's wearing a t-shirt. It is not the right weather to do this in Australia. Don't do it in Australia. Maybe Tasmania. You want a cold, dry place, okay? Alright, so we're about to smoke it. We're cutting it into small pieces because our smoker is small. When you cut the meat, cut across the skin, or else it's very difficult. How's it smell? It smells good. What's it look like? Looks like that. Okay. We want to cold smoke it. So sometimes you see videos or whatever about smoking and they pretty much cook it. You don't want to cook this. It remains raw until the time that you actually eat it, like months from now. The Chinese people will make this and then eat it all year. They'll make it in winter and eat it all year. This is a smoker that I saw some other people make on YouTube. It's just some terracotta pots. Into it I put a few pieces of charcoal and some wet wood. That wood is hickory. And then I put this sort of heat barrier because I do not want it to cook. It never gets very hot, okay? So just load that up with your meat and also her damn chicken. You want to smoke this for hours and hours and hours, possibly days, depending on how much patience you have. We ended up smoking it for about 5 hours. The weather went really bad and it started raining and stuff. Okay, so that's good to go. This is 1 hour later.
Wow! My son said, wow!
Somebody was very impressed. So this is 1 hour later, and starting to get some color. Keep checking on it like this if you've got a crappy smoker like we do. Yes, he's got a dirty face. Someone ought to have washed his face. Keep checking on it, and for about 5 or 6 hours. Alright, this is the next day, because the weather got too bad to film. Ooh, look at that, sort of golden brown, all smoked up and well. And that can be stored in the fridge or the freezer, or just hang it up. The Chinese will just hang it up. Her parents used to always post us big chunks of pig through the mail. And we used to have to hang it up real quick before it went bad, because it's been in like an envelope, a parcel for a long time. If you want to try eating it, then just boil it. You might have to boil it a couple times to get the salt out, but usually this is an ingredient in other Chinese foods. Like, you can eat it by itself and it is delicious, but it's usually used in other dishes, which this Asian woman plans on showing you in the future. Now this piece has been boiled, but how does it taste? You better taste it. Man, it is good. It's a little bit like bacon, I suppose. How is it? Are you going to eat it or what? Pulling the skin off. Yes, I'm going to eat this part right now. This is the part that I'm going to eat right here. Yes, it's very nice. Alright, well, I hope I explained that okay. I feel like I did not. Thanks for watching, everybody. Kind of looks like a Snickers bar from the side, huh?
Okay, 谢谢看我电影，拜拜。